Hello, dear students. Welcome to our next class. In last class, you learned about solids, liquids, and gases in water, how they behave in water, and what properties they shows. You learned well. And in today's class, we are going to learn about expansion and contraction of matter. What's the meaning of expansion? Expansion means expansion need heat energy. When we are heating any substance, the particles or the molecules inside this substance absorb the heat energy. Due to that heat energy, the molecules move apart and they get in space, intercellular spaces or intermolecular spaces become more. When the space is becoming more, the substance expands. So, this process only known as expansion. So, the expansion process is taking place due to the heating of the substance. Now, we will see some examples for expansion process. When we heat when we heat any object, the particles get more energy and move apart. This causes the object or the substance to become big in size. Okay, so this whole process known as expansion, and you can see in your textbook uh, nice experiment or the activity given to understand the expansion process. You take one small iron ball and an iron ring. Ball size should be little bigger than the ring. And now you try to fit this iron ball into the ring. Because the size of the ring is small, you could not fit the iron ball into the iron ring. And then you heat that ring. After some time, again you try, after heating that iron ring, again you try to insert this iron ball into the iron ring. Then easily you can fit this iron ball into iron ring. This is because the iron ring, after heating, it absorbed the heat energy and the molecules move apart and they are acquired the spaces between molecules. So it expanded the substance, the iron ring got expanded so that ball can be fitted into the iron ring. That's the best activity. You just try with the help of elders and note down your observations, right? And one more example, the same as given, an iron rod expands on heating. When railway tracks get heated due to the expansion, in summer season you can see the railway tracks expansion. And water expands on heating. When you heat, the molecules move apart. You can easily observe that. And opposite to the expansion is contraction. In contraction, we are cooling the substance. We will cool the substance. Yes. So when we are cooling the substance, the molecules are losing the energy. When we are heating, they are gaining energy. When we are cooling, they are losing energy, so that the molecules move closer to each other, and then this causes the object become small in its size. So this process only known as contraction. So due to contraction and expansion only, in our surroundings there are different changes occurs, like physical changes, chemical changes are occurring due to expansion and contraction process. Now we will see some examples of contraction in day-to-day life. Water cools and become ice. That is example of contraction. When you keep water outside or in the deep freeze, then later you can find it out ice cubes. That is because you are cooling the water so that the molecules are becoming so close to each other and gaining a solid structure, right? So here a physical change occurred. Physical means their shape will change, but their properties will not change. Okay, and some more examples you can find out for contraction and expansion from our day to day life. Okay, hot air balloons, they shrinks when because of the cool air in the atmosphere. In atmosphere, hot air balloons, hot air will be inside, and due to the atmosphere when it is cool, they are shrinking. This is also one example for contraction. So expansion need heat energy, whereas contraction no need of heat energy. They are cooling, they are losing their energy. So these are the examples for contraction and expansion process. So due to this contraction and expansion only, some changes occurs in the matter. They are known as physical changes and chemical changes. So now we will see what's the meaning of physical change and what's the meaning of chemical changes. So physical change means when the change occurs only in their shape. See, in this picture, the person is using axe and he is cutting the wood. Only the shape is changing. Before it was so big log, after cutting only the size has decreased, but their properties will not change. It's a temporary change. Yes, for example, if you burn the same wood, can it bring back? Can you bring back that wood again? Here, just for cutting the wood we are having, but only the shape has changed. But when we burn the same wood, can we get back the beginning shape of wood? Not possible. After burning, the whole wood is totally changed into like ash. Another new substance is formed. Wherever a new substance is formed, those changes are chemical changes. Wherever the new substance is not formed, only the shape is changing, that type of changes are known as physical changes. In chemical change, the shape changes, at the same time properties changes, and a new substance is formed. So those type of changes are known as chemical changes. They are temporary. Once ash is formed, you cannot make that ash into like wood again. So they are permanent changes. Chemical changes are permanent changes. Whereas physical changes are temporary changes. Like when solid form of ice cubes, when you keep it outside, slowly they melts and comes into the liquid form. When the same liquid, when we are keeping in the deep freeze, again the ice is formed. That means they are changing their shapes. They can come to the solid form, at same time they can come to the liquid form. From the liquid again they can go back to the solid form. So these temporary changes are known as physical changes, but permanent changes are chemical changes. Now we will see some more examples for physical and chemical changes. So just now, as I mentioned just now, in chemical changes, substance is changed differently. Different kind of substance. A new substance is formed in chemical change, and they are irreversible. Means they cannot come back to their original shape. Such type of changes are known as chemical changes, and they are permanent. Once it is formed, it cannot go back to its original shape. For example, uh, making the paper into pieces. Is it a physical change or chemical change? Just you are tearing the paper into small pieces. But if the same pieces once you burn, you cannot reconstruct the paper back. So that is a chemical change. So that cannot be bring back into normal paper. So in molecule level, molecules are changing, coming closer, they are participating in chemical reactions, and atomic bonds are broken, so the gaps between them are decreased, so totally new substances are formed. So these type of changes are known as chemical changes. So they are irreversible, they are permanent, a new substance is formed. Okay, and now we will see some examples for chemical changes. Iron, rusting of iron. When you keep iron things outside, they react with the oxygen. Oxygen in the moist air, they'll react with the oxygen and moist air, and a brown color coating forms on iron objects. This formation of brown coating on iron objects known as rusting. And the burning wood, just now I told you, it turns into like ash and it cannot go back to the wood again. So this type of changes are known as chemical changes. And organic matter, when we take the kitchen waste or any fruit peel, vegetable peels, once when we make them into like compost, this compost cannot come back into like waste matter after turning into the compost. So this is also one of the example for chemical change. And fruit ripening, once when the fruit is ripened, one for example as shown in the picture, if banana has ripened, you cannot bring back the raw banana again. And digestion of food, once the food gets digested, you cannot bring back your burger or pizza, whatever you ate. If you ate once, it will not come back again in the same position. So digestion of food is also one of the example for chemical change. And frying an egg, once when you fry the egg, it gets a new shape like omelette. So many changes occurs inside, and so you cannot bring back the original egg again. So such type of changes are chemical changes. And photosynthesis in plants, they are utilizing sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, and they cannot come back again from the leaf. So it's a chemical change. And spoiled food items, that all we'll use to make a compost. So that's also one of the chemical change. And tooth decay, when tooth gets spoiled, you cannot get back the healthy tooth again. That's also one of the chemical change. So calcium, phosphorus, and they are reacting with the bacteria, and some chemical changes are occurring. Because of this, the tooth get decayed. This is an example for chemical change. And respiration, once when we respire, uh, food what you are eating get mixed up with oxygen and releasing the energy. This is also one of the example for chemical change. And fireworks, firecrackers, when you burnt, they'll turn into like ash. They are also example for the chemical change. You cannot bring back the crackers after burning. Yes, now soaring of milk. So these all are examples in our day-to-day life examples for chemical changes, children. So this slide also shows how what happens chemical change event. What is this burning of the firewood? So before the chemical change, it's only the wood. After the chemical change, it changed into like ash. So it is a permanent change. Once the ash is formed, you cannot see the iron again back. Next, you cannot see the wood again back. And iron rusting. When iron gets rusted, beginning form it is iron, at the ending it become rust. You cannot turn into like this rust into like iron again. Next, soaring of milk. Beginning you can see the milk, but ending that was soared. You cannot bring normal milk from this again back. Now raw egg and cooked egg. Cooked egg cannot be changed into like raw egg back. So these all permanent changes and irreversible changes cannot come back to their original position again. Such type of changes are known as chemical changes. So changes due to temperatures, the chemical changes are formed. When chemical changes are taking place, their color changes, their odor changes, their taste changes. So these all are signs for the chemical change. Chemical changes are occurring to say those are the sign are the giving indications for us. Okay, so you learnt about chemical changes. Now, opposite to that are physical changes, as we discussed. Only the substance shape, only the shape changes. They'll go from one shape to the another shape. That's it. A substance change its state of matter, but chemical bonds will never get disturbed, right? Now, in physical changes involve an object physical properties like size, color, and shape, and weight. Only these things will change in physical changes, and they are reversible. How they are reversible? Just now I told you water can change into like ice by cooling. Again, the same ice can come back to liquid state when we are supplying the heat, or when you keep it out with the normal temperature, it can come back to the liquid state. The liquid water, when we supply heat, it can goes to the gaseous form. So the matter is changing, the shape they are changing. No new products. When it is in the ice form, also same formula, it's water only, H2O. When it is in the liquid form also, it has the same chemical properties, same elements are there. And when it is in gaseous form also, same elements are there, hydrogen, oxygen molecule, right? So there is no new substance, and they are temporary change. They can go back from one state to the another state. When you melt ice cube, it becomes liquid. The same example is giving. So the changes which are very temporary and reversible, only the size, shape and color change. So that type of changes are known as physical changes. Now we will see some examples for physical changes. So cutting off a paper. This says if you want you can stick them and make the new paper again. So it's a temporary change and there is no new substance. And when you boil the water, steam is coming out. When you cool this steam, again it come back to the water liquid state. So there is no new substance. Cutting off a cloth is also a temporary change. If you want you can make it into new cloth by stitching these pieces. And a cup, broken glass is also example of physical change. You can make it into like a new one. It's a temporary change. And ice cube, just now we discussed. Yes, and cutting of vegetables, freezing water to make ice, melting an ice cube, heating water to make steam, and a piece of paper cut into two pieces. Bending a paper clip. When you bend the paper clip, it changed its shape, but later when you make it straight with your force, then it comes to the normal position definitely. And chopping the vegetables, they are just changing the shape but their structure is same, right? So cutting a fabric. So these all are day-to-day life examples for physical changes, children. So broken glass, before the physical change it's a glass. Even after the physical change also it is glass only. So fabric, when you cut a fabric before the change also it's fabric only. Even after the physical change also it's a fabric. So their composition, their molecules are not changing. Okay, some signs of physical change. So when physical change only the shape, only the state and only the color, sometimes change in any other physical property. So they can go to the solid to liquid, liquid to gas and gas to solid. In any form they can change. That those type of changes are known as physical changes. So molecule at molecular level, there is no change in physical changes. So these are the examples for So iron getting rusted because of oxygen and the water molecules in air both are getting mixed with iron, and they are forming iron oxide, which is called rust. So this once if rusting is done, this cannot changed into back like iron. So these are permanent changes. Examples for chemical change and some more examples. So these are just like uh, an evaluation for you. What you understood from this lesson, you can understand by doing answering these questions. These questions you read and answer yourself in your notebook, children. Is a boiling water a chemical change? Is burning a chemical change? Is burning wood is a chemical change? Is rusting a chemical change? So find out all this. Go through all these questions and write answers in your classwork, children, so that I can understand how far you've understood the meaning of physical and chemical changes by your examples, right? So in today's class, you learned about meaning of expansion and contraction of the substance, and what happens when expansion occurred, the substance expands, and expansion need heating, whereas contraction is opposite to the expansion. No need of heat energy, the substance become cool, and this expansion and contraction are causing for changes in surroundings. So basically two types of changes we observed: physical change and chemical changes. In physical change, only the size, shape and color changes. At molecular level, there is no change in physical changes and no new substance is formed, and these changes are reversible. Whereas in chemical changes, a new substance is formed, their molecular level changes occurs, and they are irreversible and permanent changes. Whereas physical changes are temporary changes. So go through this video and answer the questions which are given in the video, children, and you write 5 examples which you see in your day-to-day life for physical and chemical changes. Thank you.